Okay, let's get started. Hi, good morning, everyone.
Good morning, Sudhir.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, I think this is the first time immediately I got a reply from everyone. Okay. Welcome to another meeting of Sattvic Toastmasters Club for Healthy Living. I, Toastmaster Sudhir, am the sergeant at arms for today's meeting. The mission of a Toastmaster Club is to provide a supportive and positive learning experience in which members are empowered to develop communication and leadership skills, resulting in greater self-confidence and personal growth. In order to have a smooth meeting, here are some ground rules. Speakers are requested to refrain from making any references to politics, sex, or religion in their speeches. Please put yourself on mute when not speaking. Don't interrupt while someone is speaking. Be attentive throughout the meeting. I now invite our presiding officer, Toastmaster VRUNDA, to give her opening address. Let's have a great meeting.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sudhir. Welcome everyone to another interesting meeting of Sattvic Toastmasters for Healthy Living. It's my pleasure and honor to be the president of this club, and I would like to begin by welcoming all our guest Toastmasters and guest Toastmasters to this meeting. Today's meeting is going to be a very interesting session. It's about building connections. Sattvic Toastmasters is all about holistic living. Our vision is to create effective communicators and inspire healthy living. So we love to communicate as well as create a nurturing and positive space to support each other for collective growth. With that said, let me first invite our guests that are present today. I can see guest Chandrasekhar. Would you like to introduce yourself? Can you unmute and introduce yourself, please?
Good morning, VRUNDA. Good morning to you all.
Good.
So I'm Chandrasekhar Sajjan from Bangalore, and this is my second session attending. So first session I attended long back, and so recommended by Vikas Chandru. Thank you.
Oh, great. Welcome. Next, let me invite DTM Noor, if you would like to introduce himself. DTM Noor is no stranger to us anymore. I have seen him visiting us quite frequently. DTM Noor, would you like to introduce yourself, please? Okay, let's give him some time. We have Toastmaster Sneha, who's also a returning guest, I guess. Sneha, would you like to introduce yourself again for the benefit of the others?
Yeah, hi, Vrunda. I'm coming back again. I'm also from Bangalore, IT professional. Yeah, looking forward for the session.
Great. Welcome. So I can see guest Saranya, who's joined us. Saranya, would you like to introduce yourself, please?
Myself, Saranya. I'm from Bangalore. I'm working in Hindu Jobs and Finance.
Great. Are you a Toastmaster?
No, I'm a guest.
Okay. Sorry?
I'm a guest.
Guest. Great. Welcome, Saranya. So welcome to our meeting, and hopefully you will continue joining us and possibly be a member with us at some point. With that said, I would like to welcome DTM Lisa again. She's also a frequent visitor here. So welcome, DTM Lisa. With that said,
thank you, VRUNDA. Good evening, everyone.
Good evening. Let me now introduce the Toastmaster of the day today, Toastmaster VRUNDA. That's yours truly, me again. So, as the Toastmaster of the day, let me introduce the theme, which is building connection. a health check on your social fitness. Now, this is something that intrigued me. Come Jan 1st, how many of us have been doing our health checks or new resolutions to start on that treadmill again? Anybody in the guest, would you like to put in the chat or raise your hands? I can see such a cold response. Okay, I can see Navya, I can see Pratik, I can see guest Chandra, I can see so many more hands, Vamsi, all of them, yes. And I also did exactly the same. So we take care of our health and, the physical fitness, but we don't think about our social fitness. So that's an interesting concept that I came across, and let me just share my screen here. So I hope you guys can see me. So that's the theme for today, building connections, a health check for your social life. So mental fitness, we have Dr. Mary Thomas, who's talked a lot in this club about mental fitness. We take care of our physical fitness, but I was really intrigued when I learned and read about social fitness. So what about social fitness? We come across these diverse interactions between friends, family, co-workers, and believe it or not, I have a few friends who are very dear to me, whom I can reach out to even at midnight. And there are some people who, even if they email me, I would be disturbed for a few minutes just because they have some kind of a persona. Anybody in the gallery, anyone who has that kind of a feeling? Have you come across people whom you love, and there are some whom like you have to build your muscle, your resilience rather? Okay, I can see a few nods there. So it has been the same with me. Yes, I can see Dr. Jai also nodding. So yes, that's how I have been. Yes, Saranya is saying the same. And so this became an important thing as to why do we do that and what happens and what are the advantages and disadvantages of having such reactions, I would say, or such thought process. So let me delve into the advantages first. So advantages of social fitness, you feel supported, you feel confident. I have not added one more feeling here, which is the sense of belonging, being accepted. That's the sense of belonging. You could even rebound better from illness and you feel lively. I have worked in a school environment for quite a long time now. And one of the key factors why children do wrong things or they go into some challenges is because they miss that sense of belonging amongst their peers. So that's an important one. So I have talked about the advantages and I'll talk more about the disadvantages now, and then I will take you through the remaining session later on. So I'll just bring up one more slide, which is what happens if your relationships are not going well. So the first thing is you have challenges like depression, then you have health problems, and so on and so forth. So what do we do? So I'm going to stop sharing here. We will talk about this more as to what are the solutions, and I invite your interactions also. So we'll do that in the next session. But before that, let me first introduce our role players for today. So we have a few role players who are going to be helping us with our prepared speeches. Our day today is full of nice, exciting things. We have 2 prepared speeches. Looking forward to them. Lovely evaluators, a tag team that's going to help us with that, a lineup of table topics. One unique feature at Sattvic is the health tip from the health tip master. And we have a health tip that's going to be coming up soon. So before that, let me invite our tag team or the timer, our counter grammarian and general evaluator to introduce themselves. So first, let me invite our timer, Toastmaster and our VP Education, Toastmaster Shahid, to introduce his role.
Yeah, thank you, Madam President. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, my fellow Toastmasters. I am Shahid. Today I am taking the role of timer. There is a famous saying from the great personality Mahatma Gandhi: time is always on the side of those who will wait upon it. So you respect time, time will respect you. So as a timer, today my responsibility is to record the time on all the activities from the speakers, evaluations, table topics, and each and everything. So at the end of the meeting, I will present my report. With this note, I will hand over to President TMOD for today, VRUNDA.
Thank you. Next, let me invite our counter, come grammarian, come everything in Toastmasters, DTM Pramod, to explain his role. DTM Pramod.
Good morning, good evening, and good evening, good afternoon, Toastmasters and future Toastmasters. Today, I'm doing 2 roles. One is grammarian, and the second one is counter. As a grammarian, it is my responsibility to pay close attention to all speakers, listening carefully to their language use. I'll take note of any misuse of the English language as well as any outstanding words, quotes, saying, or thoughts. As grammarian, it is also my duty to introduce the word of the day. For today's meeting, the word is wholesome. WHOLESOME, wholesome, which means conducive to or suggestive of good health and physical well-being. Ours is a Sattvic club. I thought of taking a word connected with healthy living. An example of using the word is, the food is plentiful and very wholesome. The food is plentiful and very wholesome. If anybody want to use the word of the day, please, you may use it in a word or sentence. In a sentence, please. Anybody wants to try? Wholesome.
Yes, yeah, I want to try.
Please try it. Go ahead, please.
Yeah, as a Toastmaster, I want to grow as a wholesome.
Wonderful. Excellent, excellent. So each speaker is encouraged to use the word of the day. I'll give word of the day report and grammatical usage report when called upon the meeting during the end of the meeting. And whenever somebody is using, please encourage the speaker by using a thumbs up, showing a thumbs up. Okay. Now my next role is to count. The next role is our counter. The purpose of our counter is to note words and sounds that are used as crutch or pause words or fillers. During the meeting, I will listen for overused words, including and, well, but, so, you know. I will also listen to filler words, including out. I will also note when a speaker repeats a word or a phrase such as I, or this means, this means. At the end of the meeting, I will report the number of times that each speaker used these expressions. Wish everyone a good and quality meetings. Back to you, Toastmaster. You're on mute, VRUNDA.
Yeah. Thank you, DTM Pramod, for that and for taking up both the roles. Next, we have a very special person who is our general evaluator today. She is DTM Cynthia Stott. She is one of the leaders in Toastmasters that I'm really inspired with. If I have to read her introduction, she is a distinguished Toastmaster, international speech and confidence coach, global visibility influencer with over 55,000 followers in 140 plus countries. Cynthia is the Division D director, serving 18 clubs in Oakland, California, USA. Oh my gosh. DTM Cynthia, I hope you include Sattvic in your list of clubs that you attend. And we would love to know more as we get to know you much more and you keep visiting. But with that said, with your role today as a general evaluator, let me invite you to explain your role, please. Thank you. Over to you.
Great. Thank you, VRUNDA. Thanks for inviting me as a guest general evaluator. And I've been here many times, including at the Speechcraft that created this club. So I'm really excited to be back again. Today, I'm your general evaluator. So I'm going to introduce my team. And then I'm going to come back at the end of the meeting and give my overall I'll collect the reports from my team, and then I'll give my overall comments on the meeting today. And my team is the grammarian and awk counter. Who is that today? Let's see. Grammarian is DTM Pramod?
Pramod, yes.
Yes,
Pramod,
yes.
would you like to introduce yourself? Are you doing the awk counting also?
Yeah, I'm doubling up the role. I'm doing the both.
Okay, awesome. Would you like to introduce yourself, please?
Oh, he just did that, Cynthia. So
Oh, I'm
the
sorry.
introductions are done. In Sattvic, the TMOD does the introductions. I know we all follow a little bit different rules. So in Sattvic, we do the introductions, the TMOD does it, and the general evaluator conducts the evaluation sessions towards the end. Yeah,
Sorry,
no
I
worries.
was
We
advertising
all
before I was
have different styles.
distracted. Yes. But we also have our timer. Who is our timer today? And can you raise your hand electronically so that you, oh, thank you. That's, that's Shahid.
Yes.
Yeah, could you raise your hand electronically under the reactions? That way you'll come to the front of the Zoom screen and all of our speakers can see you. Great, awesome. Okay, back to you, Madam Toastmaster of the meeting.
Thank you, DTM Cynthia. Next, we have a very special role, which is unique, as I said, to Sattvic, which is the Health Tip Master. And today we have Toastmaster Navya, who is the Health Tip Master. The Health Tip Master introduces a health tip which could benefit the whole family of Sattvic Toastmasters and our guest. So it is a endeavor from Sattvic to introduce a small tips which would benefit each other. So these are quick snippets which you can incorporate in your day-to-day life. And today, Toastmaster Navya is doing that role as a Sattvic health tip master. And let me introduce Toastmaster Navya so she could share her tips with us today. Over to you, Toastmaster Navya.
Yeah, thank you, Toastmaster of the day, VRUNDA. Good morning, everyone. As the health master for today, I want to share a simple health tip which most of you might be aware, but it would be like a reminder for you, and you can try to incorporate in your day-to-day life. So I want to talk about the practice of oil pulling, which you might have seen your grandfathers or your fathers doing, but slowly it has got faded. So oil pulling is a technique where we can take 1 or 2 tablespoons of oil. Like earlier people used to take sesame oil, but now since it's not very commonly available, we can either use coconut oil or sunflower oil as well. So we can take 1 or 2 tablespoons of oil in your mouth, and this we should do it after getting up, without having eating or drinking anything. You should do it in the first day. So take some oil in your mouth and swirl it around your mouth in all the directions. It should go beneath the gums, your teeth, in all the directions. You can do that. You can do it for around 15 to 20 minutes, as that is a maximum time. But based on your routine, if you're busy, even if you're able to do it for 5 to 10 minutes, it is good. you can do this practice and be sure to actually spit it out. Better not to swallow that. And this technique actually helps a lot to improve the oral hygiene of the mouth. It removes some of the bacteria, prevents the cavities in the mouth, as well as it also aids in improving the digestion of the body, oral digestion process. So this is a very simple technique which we can incorporate in our lives, and it helps in the overall health of the individual. So, I'll hope that we will start to follow it. Yeah. Okay. Thank you. Back to you, President and Toastmaster of the day, Vrunda.
Thank you, Toastmaster Navya, and thank you so much for reminding us about oil pulling. I was aware of it, but I had forgotten. These are the things that we endeavor to bring up and remind each other and possibly nudge each other next time when we meet, so that we are reminded of what we could do for our health as well. Now, for our speeches to be healthy, we need two important roles. We need an evaluator who evaluates the speech so that the speaker can improve their speech. And we need a timer who times the speech. Now, our timer, Shahid, would be sharing his timer cards. And then I would call upon the evaluators to introduce the speakers. But let me first go over to timer. So timer Shahid, can you share the cards also, please?
Yeah, sure, TMOD. Yeah, actually, sorry everyone, I forgot to share the timings and the timer cards. So as part of my timer role, so I will be, while the speeches were going on, I will be showing green card at 5 minutes, and at the 6th minute, I will be showing the yellow card. And once it crossed the 7th minute, I will be showing the red card. So as soon as the speaker look into the red card, try to wrap up the speech. And coming to the evaluations, we will be having 3 minutes for the evaluation. At the 2 minutes, I will be showing the green card, and 2.5 it's yellow, and at the end of 3rd minute, it's green. And for the same for the table topics, we will be having sorry, just a moment. For the table topics, we will be having 2 minutes. At the end of 1st minute, I will be showing the green card. At 1.5 minute, it will be yellow, and at the 2nd minute, it will be red. So at the end, I will share the reports. So with this note, I will give the control back to TMOD. Thank you, TMOD Vrunda.
Thank you, Toastmaster Shahid. And now let me call upon our first evaluator, Toastmaster Jay, to introduce his speaker for today, Toastmaster Pratik. Over to you, Toastmaster Jay.
Thank you, Madam President. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, everyone. Today's our first speaker is our own Pratik, Toastmaster Pratik Agarwal. He will be delivering his level 4 project, which is about the speech, where he will share his experience establishing or enhancing social media presence. And he will also share his understanding of social media to enhance the established or new social media presence. And the title of his speech is Consistency is the Key, and length of his speech is 5 to 7 minutes. Consistency is the key. This is the speech by Toastmaster Pratik Agarwal.
I think Toastmaster Pratik changed the title to My Spiritual Journey. Is that right, Pratik?
No, it is correct. It is correct. It is correct.
Which one? Okay. Consistency is the key, right?
Right.
Okay. Sorry, my apologies there. So consistency is the key. Toastmaster Pratik, over to you.
Am I audible and visible? He worked by day and toiled by night. He gave up play and some delight. Dry books he read, new things to learn. He forged ahead, success to earn. He plodded on with faith and pluck, and when he won, man called it luck. These are the lines written in a book called You Can Win, and the writer of the book is 𝗠𝗲𝗁. Let people say what they want to say. Let people see what they want to see. But we should keep our consistent efforts to achieve our goals on, irrespective what others are saying. Because if you are consistent, you can achieve anything and everything in our life. In today's session, I'm going to share my experience about increasing my social media presence. I will be sharing my experience, how this consistency has helped me to increase my presence in social media platforms at various things. Now, let me go 10 years back. 10 years back, when I used to do 𝗠𝗲𝗀𝗶𝗴 breathing exercises, I was very young. And people used to say, Pratik, what an oldie thing you are doing at this such a young age. You should do something else, not all these things. But I kept my practice of these breathing exercises on. And today, on the basis of that, I am able to understand all the challenges which are coming in my life in a right way and able to tackle the same in a right manner. So if you are consistent, you can achieve anything and everything in life. 5 years back, there was a COVID times. Each and every one of us were sitting at home. We were having a lot of things to do from the office, but sometimes we were having no work to do. At that point of time, I used to explore my social media presence. I used to make YouTube videos on breathing exercises and 7 chakras of our body. Now I experienced then when I was making videos and when I was consistent in posting my videos on YouTube, I was finding that my number of views and number of likes were increasing. For this, I will just share my screen about the photos of those different videos. So you can see on screen, these are some of just a glimpse of different videos which I have made 3 years back. It started with 7 chakras. There are 7 chakras in our body. So I initially started with exploring myself. While exploring myself, I found I should speak about 7 chakras of our body. So it started with this. The number of views were 50, 30, 100, 60. But when I was consistent in putting the videos in YouTube, sharing those links in Facebook, in WhatsApp, you can see my number of views has increased up to the level of 260. So if anyone wants to increase his social media presence, the two things are very important. You should be consistent in posting your videos or thoughts in social media platform. And second, you have to be consistently creative. You cannot give the same thing every time. You have to be creative to give something different, something new every time. What is available in the market is available, but what additional new thing you are adding from your side makes a difference. So if you are consistent, you can achieve anything. Now let me share one more thing. 1 year back. 1 year back, I was planning to change my job. Now to change my job, it's important to be active in social media platforms like LinkedIn, Naukri, and keep my profile active on daily basis or weekly basis. To keep my profile active, I need to be active in LinkedIn so that recruiters can see me. I need to keep my profile active in Naukri so that recruiters can see me. And in this way, I updated my LinkedIn profile. And there is not a surprise. This consistency helped me in achieving my goal of changing my job. And I got the dream profile 6 months back. So my point over here is, if we are consistent in social media, if we are putting our videos or thoughts on weekly basis or consistent basis in a social media platform, we can increase our business. If we are putting our profile active in platforms like LinkedIn or Naukri, we can increase the possibility of recruiters contacting you, getting more calls, and getting your dream profile. In the same way, if you are consistent in anything, what you want to achieve in life, you can achieve your goals in right way. So be consistent to achieve your goals. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Pratik. That was an awesome speech. It was a wholesome idea to also think about our breathing exercises. And not only that, you also highlighted the importance of being consistent, not only in your daily practices, but also on posting videos as well as posting on LinkedIn. That's wonderful. And now let's move on to our next speaker, Toastmaster Vikas. And before introducing Toastmaster Vikas, let me invite DTM Lakshmi, the evaluator for Toastmasters Vikas, to share his speech details. Over to you, DTM Lakshmi.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the Day, Toastmaster VRUNDA. Hello, Toastmasters and guests. My speaker today, Toastmaster Vikas, is attempting the first project of level 3 from his path, Innovative Planning. The purpose of this project is for the member to practice and develop presenting a proposal. The title of the speech is The Secret to Success, and timing for the speech is 5 to 7 minutes. Looking forward to a wholesome speech. Over to you, Toastmaster Vikas.
Thank you, Lakshmi. Am I audible, visible? All good? Can I get an acknowledgement? So is it my voice audible and visible? Okay.
Yes, Vikas, you are very much audible and visible.
I'll start. Namaste. Good morning to my fellow Toastmasters and delighted guests. Once upon a time, there was a young man who worked at a factory. His mentor was an old technician, taught him to talk less, do more, and never stop developing his skills in every aspect of the factory's operations. 10 years later, the old man retired and the young man became a technician himself. He continued to do his work with the same dedication and diligence as he was taught. One day, he visited his mentor. The old man saw that he seemed unhappy and asked what was troubling him. The young man sighed and poured his heart out. I have been following your instructions exactly all these years. No matter what I work on, I keep quiet and focus on the job. I know I have done good work at the factory and I have learned all the skills that can be learned there. What I don't understand is that the guys who don't have my experience or capabilities have all been promoted, while I am still making as little as I did before when I was your apprentice. The old man asked, "Are you positive that you have become indispensable to the factory?" The young man nodded, "Yes." The old man paced back and forth to think. After a while, he turned to the young man and said, "You must request a day off, using whatever the reason you like. It's time for you to give yourself a break." The young man was surprised by this advice, but the more he thought about it, the more it made sense. He thanked his teacher and left quickly to make a time off request. When he returned to work after his day off, the manager called him to the office to tell him that the things did not go well at the factory while he was gone. Others encountered many problems that normally would be handled by him, and they had no idea how to solve them. Realizing his importance, the manager decided to promote him to the position of senior technician, to thank him and encourage him to keep up the good work. The young man was grateful for his mentor's wisdom. Surely, he thought this was the secret to success and very wholesome. From that point on, whenever the young man felt like he deserved more than what he was getting, he would take a day off. When he came back the next day, the situation would improve to his satisfaction. This pattern continued for months. One day, the young man found that he was blocked from going into the factory. Much to his shock, he found out that his employment was terminated. He could not believe it. Not knowing what else to do, he went back to see his mentor to try to figure out how things had gone so wrong. Why did I lose my job? He asked with the wounded pride. Did I not do everything as you instructed? Actually, you did not, because you heard only half the lesson. The old man shook his head. You understood right away that no one pays any attention to a light bulb that is always on. It is only when it goes off that people suddenly take notice and realize they have been taking it for granted. You were so eager to apply this understanding that you left before hearing the second half. Second half, it began to dawn on the young man that perhaps he made a big mistake. What was the second half? The mentor spoke slowly to make his point. The second half, more important than the first, is the realization that if a light bulb goes off frequently, then sooner or later it will be replaced with the one that is more reliable. Who wants a light bulb that no one can count on to provide illumination? You see, in life, in your life, do you have friends and family members that you have taken for granted? They are always there for you. What happens if one day they are no longer there? Do not wait for such a day to suddenly realize how important they are. Give thanks today for the good fortune of having them in your life. Also, don't let yourself being taken for granted. But at the same time, do your work and don't stop everything you do just because it doesn't go the way you want it to go. This is one of the biggest learning when I was preparing for this speech. Find the balance in life, and life will reward you with giving you the balance back. Thank you for listening. Stay blessed and have a great day.
Thank you so much, Toastmasters Vikas. Thank you for reminding us to stay balanced. Such an important concept. Lovely story of wisdom that you shared. And it was really inspiring to listen to your speech. Next, I remember DTM Raghu, who always says, life is not a prepared speech. So you always need to be prepared for some impromptu speaking. Our table topics is nothing but your chance to rehearse your impromptu speaking skills. And we have none other than Toastmaster Sudhir, who is going to be our table topic master. He has got some interesting lineup of themes or topics, and I encourage all of you, especially our guests who have joined us for the first time and our other guests, to please participate in the table topics. With that, let me invite Toastmaster Sudhir for the table topic session. Over to you, Sudhir.
Hi, thanks, TMOD, VRUNDA. Let me share my screen. Can you guys see my screen? Okay. Who wants to try first? Any senior Toastmaster will be good. Anyone volunteer?
Lisa, do you want to do a table topic?
Yes. Okay, Pramod, let's start with you.
Since nobody volunteered, I thought I'll.
Yeah.
Yeah, my partner's watching TV, so my background's noisy.
The human body can react negatively.
So I'm gonna pass.
And down goes Fraser. Mosey is insane.
Okay. Pramod?
Yes, I can hear you and see you.
Yeah. What is the meaning of peace to you? What is the meaning of peace to you?
I'm taking the 30 seconds.
Yeah.
Morning, good afternoon, and good evening, Toastmasters. And can you just stop sharing the screen?
Yes.
Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, Toastmasters and future. I'm a fan of something called mindful meditation. Especially, there's a Tibetan monk called 𝗠𝗲𝗏𝗁. He's the high priest of mindful meditation. For me, peace is to live in the present. And I'll tell you a small story from the Zen Buddhism. Two Zen saints were crossing a river and they were about to cross the river and met a girl standing by the riverside. And she wanted to cross the river and took the help of one of the monks. The request he graciously accepted and he carried her away on his shoulder and crossed the river. And after that, he left her at the other side of the river and they both started walking. While walking towards their destination, the other monk was chattering continuously, telling that we are celibates. We are not supposed to touch women. How dare you touch a woman? And you even carried her on your shoulder and crossed the river. This chattering continued for a long time. So after some time, the other monk stopped and asked a question. I left the women at the banks of the river. Why are you still carrying her? For me, peace means leaving things. You may have past wounds. You may have past regrets. You may have done so many things in the past which may be very joyful or also painful. It can be shameful also. But you don't have to carry the regrets of your past. Your past regrets should act as a catalyst for doing something good in your life. Finding peace for me is to leave the things in the past, live in the present. If you really want to be peaceful, whenever you think about yourself, your self-esteem should go high. There should be a smile on your face when you think about yourself, your loved one, and the people around you. For me, that is peace, serenity, serendipity. Thank you.
That's a great one, Pramod. Yeah, sure. Yeah. Cynthia?
Yes.
Yeah. Let me leave it for you.
Take my hand down. And Taylor, would you mind putting your hand up so I can see you at the front of the Zoom screen?
Yes.
I love it.
Today people live in WhatsApp. Do you agree?
Thank you so much, Mr. Table Topics Master. That is me. That is me. I've been distracted because I've been on WhatsApp. I've been sharing this meeting and inviting guests, and we have a couple of them that came. So yes, I live on WhatsApp, and I live in San Francisco, California, USA. And I talk to at least 5 people standing on another country's soil, mostly through WhatsApp every day, and up to 50 plus people, usually on Zoom. So yeah, I live on WhatsApp. I live on my phone. I'm always on my phone. I'm always looking for things on WhatsApp, on Facebook, on my email, and I could not live without my phone. My friend, who's 81 years old, and she's not very tech savvy, she calls it my magic box. Ask your magic box, and it will give you any answer that you want, because she's seen that when she has a question, I go, oh, let me Google it for you. And I'm able to give her amazing answers. So yes, my phone is my magic box, and the bag of tricks is mostly in WhatsApp. And I refused to be on WhatsApp for 3 years until COVID hit. And as a Toastmaster, we had to do online meetings and especially contests. And I was forced to join WhatsApp because I was a ballot counter for an online meeting. And then the rest was history. I fell in love. Back to you, Mr. Table Topic Master.
Thank you, Cynthia. Thank you for that. I think whoever not joined in WhatsApp previously, they're forced to join because of everyone is in WhatsApp now. Let me share my screen.
Not Americans. Most Americans don't like WhatsApp, unfortunately.
Yeah, I think I can see hand from Kanika.
Yes.
Kanika.
Hello, everyone. Good afternoon. Good morning.
Yeah, let me deal with it. God. Yeah, question for you is, do you believe in dating apps for making new connections?
It's like coincidence. Whenever it is my turn, I usually get the topics around dating only. So maybe like it's kind of an intuition for my near future. So yeah, thank you so much for this topic. So my question is, do you believe in dating apps for making new connections? Somewhere, yeah, I do believe, but somewhere it's not at all good because like I have seen some of the examples near before me, like people have been threatened because of these dating apps like Tinder and all so far. So and some of these like they are living happily because in these dating apps now, like people may have their false identity, making others fool or sort of wasting the times of other people. So you should beware. You should be psychologically, mentally, you should be strong enough to deal with that particular person whom you are dating on that particular dating app. So according to me, like dating apps are not so much effective for new connections, and henceforth you have to look after physical meets rather than these datings. But if like uh, usually what people think is that they don't have surplus time to meet physically, and also they think like okay, let's install this and have a dating and all sort of things. Why to waste the time in physically meeting and all? So it may have several consequences which may make you feel numbers after a long time. So yeah, according to me, what I summarize is you should like not completely believe on this. You should like switch over to physical meets. Yeah. Thank you so much. Thanks to all.
Thanks, Kanika, for the guidance. I think I can see the hand from Sabaria.
Yes, I'm not too well, but can I speak without putting on my video?
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
You can see my screen, right?
I can, yeah.
Okay, thank you. Let me deal the card. Okay, I think we got this one. Let me shuffle it.
Wow, it's the card, stack of cards.
Yeah. In social interactions, how do you stay present and avoid distractions?
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
In social interaction, how do you stay present and avoid distraction? Okay, I got it. Thank you very much. Table Topic Masters, thank you very much. First, I'd like to thank that what's up lady, distinguished Toastmaster Cynthia, for the reminder of today's meeting. I came in late a bit, okay. Anyway, in today's interaction, am I right? How do I stay present and avoid distraction? Well, first of all, when I'm on WhatsApp meeting, I will stay on one application, means on that meeting alone, so that I will be in the present. I will be there from the first minute of the meeting right to the end of the meeting. So that's the only thing I believe that I can stay focused and be present, so that I'll be able to give my all to the speakers, be able to listen to each word of the speakers, that will be attentive listening as well. And also as a respect to all the speakers, be it prepared speeches or table topic speakers. And I love doing that because I believe when I do that to others, I pay respect, they will also listen up to me. And that would be a very mature relationship. So that's how I stay present without being distracted. And another thing about not being distracted is, it is for me to be able to practice my attentive listening and also be able to use some of the points that the speakers share, because there are knowledge in all the speeches that every speaker shared. Like earlier on about peace on the earth and what Cynthia shared about being on the WhatsApp and things like that. And she had 55 followers. Remember that? 55 million followers. What was that? 1,000 followers, right? Okay, then there's so much things that we can learn from each other. So that's why it's important to be present. It's important to be there, stay focused at each interaction that we stay. And I believe that is what everybody should do. Thank you very much. Back to you, Table Topic Master.
Thank you, Sudhir.
Sudhir, you are on mute, Sudhir.
Sorry. Thanks, Sabaria. Anyone wants to volunteer for the next topic? I encourage from the guests, Sneha, Chandrasekhar, Vidyasagar.
Yes, Sudhir, I will try. I'll try, Sudhir.
Yeah, thanks for coming forward. Let me deal the card. Yeah, the topic is how mental wellness is important for everyone.
Okay. Good morning to you all. This is very, very important topic. I got it. So there is possible to display once again.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Can you see?
Yeah.
How mental wellness is important for everyone.
Yeah. Thank you, Sudhir.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mental wellness is very important for everyone. That's a very, very base things for our journey and our growing ourselves. Without mentally peace and mentally health, even physical as well, we cannot, like we can say that inner world improvement is, it will show in outer world. So in my case, inner world is very, very important to make our healthy in thoughts in positive way, and that will initiate for ourselves to give some positive reactions, and that will make good things. Thank you all.
Thank you. Thank you. Who wants to take the next one? Any from guests? Sneha. Sneha, you want to pick up? Anyone else from the guests?
Hello, good morning. Am I audible? Hello, Vidyasagar here from India.
Okay.
Hello.
Hi, Vidyasagar. I can hear you.
Yeah. I have an internet issue, so unable to open camera. Yeah, I am talking about the eating habits today because we are.
Sorry to interrupt you, Vidyasagar ji. Sorry to interrupt you, Vidyasagar ji. We will talk about, what you were talking about, the eating habits. We can probably take it after the session. Right now, there is a table topic. Yeah. Yeah. And we're not able to hear you very clearly right now.
Can you mute yourself? Yeah, I think I got a hand from Noor. Share my screen. Noor?
Yep, I'm here.
Yeah, thanks. Let me delete the card. Yeah. Share one intentional action you take regularly to strengthen your social connections.
Thank you, Table Topics Master, fellow Toastmasters, and dear guests. Good day to you all. I do this one routine, not just from recent past, but it dates back way before when I was a kid. I make sure that I call my friends every day. It's literally a habit. This happened, why? Because once my father was and me were walking in the park. We have this habit of going to the park. So his friend, that those days we didn't have these mobile phones and stuff. So we used to actually go meet people. So whenever we go to the park, he used to have a lot of friends, and they all used to come to the park at morning 5. So they used to have this discussion, and I used to walk around the park or play around. But I never understood why he had this so many friends. And every Sunday we go to people's homes and we meet them. And it's like we live in a community of people. So we forget these days we have these WhatsApp, social media, and so on and so forth. But the idea here is the physical connection between people when you go and meet people is very different from the interactions which we have online these days. Nonetheless, they all serve the same purpose to have good social connection. And why is social connection so important? It is because we get to interact and talk so many things which otherwise would not be possible just by staying at home. Why are we here on Toastmasters meeting? It's primarily because we want to share what we have, our observations, or whatever you want to share. So what happens is, it for some it lightens the load, for some it's an outlet. But nevertheless, by being in constant touch with your friends and family, you actually maintain a healthy living, not just in food, but also mentally. Back to you.
Thanks, Mahmood. Toastmaster VRUNDA, can we have one more or time?
Yeah, I was just thinking, probably just one last.
Okay. Let's see. Marutesh?
Yeah, hello. I'm audible?
Yes, you are audible. Let me share my screen. Relay card. How do you ensure your social circle is filled with positive influences that contribute to your well-being? How do you ensure your social circle is filled with positive influences that contribute to your well-being?
Thank you. Yes, thank you, Master. Yeah, social circle is very influence in our everyone well-being, because when we go anywhere, the people may encourage you, the people may discourage you. Even though in my life also, I have saw so much of experience. I went someplace. In that place, I didn't got any friend, and I have faced so much of challenges day by day. But there are another way to survive. In some places I went, there I got full encouragement. There it helps me to grow so much in my career. Hence, this and all, the situation or the environment, some people have good attitude. They used to think that our environment should be very happy. We should have some good relationship with our neighbors. That type of such people also we might see in some places. Some places we might see the people who always think negative. They used to uh, uh, pull down that people are. So we have, and I have worked in both the places. Hence, in the positive places, I uh, have more growth in my career. I'm very happy. The time is, I didn't feel that time how is going. I'm easily spending the time, but in negative time, I 1 minute also I faced a little difficult to spend. In positive, it give more satisfaction, more happiness. The people used to have, they used to correct all my mistakes. This type of environment I have saw. Like this, these are some of the things in the positive place, and that helps me to be very socially connected, growth, and happy life. Thank you.
Thanks, Marutesh, for sharing that. That's it from the table topics. Toastmaster VRUNDA, back to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sudhir. Fantastic table topics. Love the theme and love the interesting way, especially the way you shuffled the cards. That was interesting. The other dimension was the way you brought up all these emotions and these reflections. Fantastic, amazing. I don't have words. I would say it is wholesome. Lovely.
Thank you.
With that,
Thank you.
let me hand over to our general evaluator, Cynthia, to conduct our evaluation session. And after the evaluation session, I am going to reflect upon some of the ways that we could enhance our social relationships and build our social fitness. But before that, let me invite our general evaluator, Cynthia, to invite the tag team and later give her feedback about the overall meeting. And yeah, first the timer report as well, guest Cynthia. So overall, let me invite you for your general evaluation session. Over to you, Cynthia.
Great. Thank you, Madam Toastmaster of the evening. I love this. This is so much fun. So, and what's our word of the day?
Wholesome.
What's our word of the day? Wholesome.
Wholesome.
Yes. And that's how this meeting is a wholesome meeting. I'm learning so many wholesome ideas. I love that one where you pull the oil in your mouth. I knew that before, but a good reminder. So now we're going to have our evaluation portion. First, we're going to hear from our evaluators, but first, can the timer please give us the evaluation's timing so they know how much time they have to speak?
Yeah, sure. General Evaluator Cynthia. For the evaluation, we will be giving the 3 minutes of time. At 2 minutes, I will be showing the green card. And at 2.5 minutes, I will be showing the yellow card. And at the end of 3rd minute, this is 3 minutes. So with this, I will hand over
Great.
back to
Thank you so
G.
much.
Yep.
Thank you. Okay, and our first evaluator is TMJ. Please welcome TMJ for his evaluation.
Thank you, Cynthia. Thank you. So coming to today's evaluation of the speech given by Toastmaster Pratik Agarwal, congratulations to him for delivering a wonderful speech. The way he was showing the energy and enthusiasm, the way he started his speech with a great poem. So it was enlightening to see this poem, and not only that our club is having a good speakers and health experts, but we are also having good poets. So it was a wonderful start. You mentioned the book You Can Win. So that also was very good book, which is covering many aspects of self-help and improvement. And it was the one of my favorite book with which I started my journey of reading non-fiction books. Coming to your speech, where you had given a very good examples. Your speech was filled with the examples matching with your title, speech title, where consistency is the key. And I can say that your speech was consistently having a good example of your speech title. You started with an example of yogic breathing, where yogic breathing and maintaining consistency help you a lot. And then immediately you came to the example of social media. You shared your YouTube journey and how having a consistent upload of the various videos help you to build the social media presence, and also the LinkedIn example which help you to get the desired job profile, dream job profile. So this reminded me a book called Digital Minimalism, which is wonderful book written by Carl Newport, where he is mentioning about the social media. We know that there are many side effects of social media, mental health issue, but there is a way that social media can be very much useful also. There are so many advantages also, which was very nicely exemplified in your speech, like the way you spread the message of yogic breathing through the YouTube media and using the LinkedIn. You build your professional profile and help you get the job. So what is the key? Like one way we want to avoid the mental health issue and the side effect of social media, this book, Digital Minimalism, gives a very good insight that minimalistic and mindful use, which help you in the social connect, should be the way out. And you gave a very apt example in your speech. Only the area of improvement which I can suggest that your speech ended very abruptly. You were having a good time, like it was 5 minutes or around 5 minutes it ended. You could have given some good conclusion from your speech, that would have been even better. And to conclude, overall, this was the example of great beginning, great content, including all the example which was related to your speech title. And it was also a good example of mindful, healthy, and wholesome use of social media. Only just improving your timing, like you could have given some more time for conclusion, could take your speech to another level. Thank you. Over to you, Cynthia.
Thank you so much. That was a great evaluation, very balanced. You had some stretch goals and you had a lot of strengths. I love it. I love it. And our next evaluator is DTM Lakshmi. Take it away.
Thank you, General Evaluator, Distinguished Toastmaster Cynthia. Hello once again, everyone. It is said that people forget facts, but they remember stories. And today, Toastmaster Vikas chose the brilliant way of storytelling to put across his proposal. Toastmaster Vikas, I think that was an impressive move, because right from the beginning of your speech, you had your listeners sit up and give you all their attention, because we all love stories. And it was indeed a beautiful story. Secondly, Toastmaster Vikas had presented. The purpose of his speech was for the member to practice developing and presenting a proposal. And Toastmaster Vikas presented two beautiful proposals. One, not to take people in your life for granted, and two, to stay balanced in life. And I think these are proposals that all of us sitting in this meeting today relate to. And indeed, they are proposals that probably we are all striving to achieve in life. So I think that was a very nice content in your speech. Thirdly, you were always pleasant and smiling. It was very good to watch you speak. And fourthly, one major thing that I found was that you were very appropriately and aptly dressed for the occasion. I started my Toastmasters journey in a club which had this role that the speakers and role players and even the members were supposed to come for the meeting in business formals, so that the members understand what it is to have the power of power dressing. And I found you were very aptly dressed to present your speech today. If I need to give you a recommendation, I would suggest you try practicing having better eye contact with your audience, because most of the time I felt that you were reading from a script. So if you could practice a little bit before your speech so that you can speak to them naturally rather than reading from the script, I think that will take your speech to the next level. Otherwise, if I need to describe your speech, I would say it was simple, it was beautiful, and it was wholesome. Looking forward to more such speeches from you. Thank you. Over to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you so much. I'll correct wherever it is necessary.
Thank you so much. I couldn't get my mic off. That was an excellent evaluation, and I loved especially how you started the evaluation was very balanced. Yeah, that was great. One thing that I would like to encourage you to add to both of our evaluators is you talk about the strengths, which you did, and you talked about what I call the stretch goals or recommendations. But there's a third element included in Toastmasters evaluations, and it is challenge. Challenge. So challenge is be really good to talk about it as a contest speech, or talking about it as my favorite TEDx, as a TEDx speech. There's always somewhere that they can take that speech to the next level of delivering it. Great. So now I'd like to call on my tag team, my timer. Would you give us a timer report, please?
Sure. I'm just sharing my screen. Could you able to see my screen?
Yes.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, thank you.
Impressive.
Yeah, thank you, General Evaluator. And coming to the timer report. So today our prepared speaker Pratik Agarwal has taken 5 minutes 58 seconds, and the speaker 2 Vikas has took 6 minutes 24 seconds. And for the table topic sessions, DTM Pramod has took 2 minutes 20 seconds, and Cynthia took 1 minute 50 seconds, and Kanika 1 minute 25 seconds, and Sabaria Musa 2 minutes 5 seconds, and Chandrasekhar 45 seconds, Noor Muhammad, Toastmaster Noor Muhammad 2 minute 15 seconds, Toastmaster Maru 2 minute 17 seconds, and for our evaluations, Toastmaster 𝗶𝗶𝗁 has taken 3 minutes 32 seconds, and for the second evaluation, DTM Lakshmi has took 2 minutes 38 seconds. So with this, this is the wholesome report from the timer perspective, and I will hand over the control back to our General Evaluator Cynthia.
Thank you so much. Wow, what a timer's report. I loved it. I loved it. And you used the word of the day. Great. Next, our grammarian and counter. Can we have your report?
Can I have access to share my screen?
I'm just giving. Yes, Pramod, go ahead.
Once again, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, Toastmasters and fellow Toastmasters guests. And since I was doubling the role, I have limited access to my roles and responsibilities. But I think we did quite a good job in using the word of the day. Let me appreciate or upload the people who use the word of the day in today's meeting. VRUNDA used twice, Shahid once, India used once. They evaluated Toastmasters 𝗶𝗶𝗁 used once. Lakshmi Nair, distinguished Toastmaster Lakshmi Nair used twice. Toastmaster Vikas used one. These are the people who use the word of the day. Let us give them a big round of applause for using. And in today's meeting, we have 5 flawless speakers in terms of our counter. The flawless speakers in today's meeting are Toastmaster 𝗶𝗶𝗁, Toastmaster Vikas was the speaker second. This table topic Master Sudhir, table topic speaker Sabaria Musa, and visiting Toastmaster Noor were the flawless speakers. They have been used any ums, but not only so, no usages were noted down in their speeches. And good usages are VRUNDA used sense of belonging, inbound, lovely, social network. She used, it was sprinkled with a lot of good usages. I could notice only a few. Social network. Jay used the word digital minimalism, exemplified. So Toastmaster Pratik used delight, let people see what they want to see. Consistent Brahma Vidya, which means science of God. Distinguished Toastmaster Lakshmi Nair used forget about facts but stories, pleasant and smiling. Speaker Vikas used Namaste, which is the Indian version of greeting a crowd or a person. Talk less and do more. Terminated, wounded pride, find the balance, not to take people for granted. Sudhir used the word rest was history. Sabaria Musa, attentive learning. Gas Chandrasekhar, inner world and outer world. These are some of the good words used in this meeting. And ahs and ums, you can see how many of the ahs and ums that used. So I'm not going to repeat it for the sake of just stating it. Back to you, General Evaluator. Thank you so much.
Excellent. Excellent. Wow, wow, wow. I love the use of spreadsheets. My favorite grammarian is 81 years old and not very technically savvy, so she couldn't use that. But I love that. That really, really shows to us what is possible. So my general evaluator's report, if you could give me 3 minutes on the clock, please, Mr. Timer. This has been an excellent meeting. Excellent, excellent, excellent. I really am glad that VRUNDA invited me to be the general evaluator, and I'm glad that I was able to come because my schedule is very busy. I loved the use of spreadsheets. Oh my gosh, it was so cool. And I also like the way that you gave the definition of Raya. Is that right? Science of God? Raya? That was great. But namaste, my favorite definition of namaste is 3 sentences. I see the light that is in you. I recognize the light that is in me. And when we are together, we are one. I love that definition of namaste. That's one of my favorite words, I would say, not of one country's language, but of the whole world. Namaste. It says so much. This has been an absolutely outstanding meeting. My only recommendation or stretch goal or challenge would be for the Zoom master. I saw that you started spotlighting at the end and you put up the evaluator and the speaker together on a screen. That was great. I would encourage you to do more of the spotlighting of our speakers, of our table topics master and the table topics speaker. And to also consider live streaming or just recording it and putting it up on YouTube, because 90% of the viewing happens in replay, and it can definitely happen on YouTube. And one of the things that I'm doing is when I advertise the link to join us on our meetings, I also advertise the link to our YouTube channel where it will be stored or live streamed. So great. Excellent meeting. Just get it out there and share it with more people. Thank you so much. Back to you, Madam Table Topics Toastmaster of the Day.
Thank you, DTM Cynthia. Such a wonderful evaluation, and your presence is so lively. And the meaning of namaste that you gave, it's so wonderful. I've noted it down and I'll always remember it. Thank you. And before we conclude for today, I want to reflect and go back to a few things about what we can do to enhance our social connection. So I'm going to share my screen quickly. I've just got about 2-3 slides and it won't take more than 3 minutes. So here I'm sharing my screen again, and I'm hoping I'll do it well. I just need to move. We talked about social fitness. We talked about the definition, what we could do. This is what is it? Loneliness, depression, and sleep problems. And what can you do? So here are some few takeaways and some action points for us. Start with you. You are half the equation. It's not about them always. It starts with you from within. So that's the important reminder. The next one, invest time in your social life and keep it real. Schedule it in your calendar. We had Toastmaster Pratik give a live example of how he enhanced his social presence through his YouTube, through his LinkedIn. And it is like speaking to an audience or to the world when you start your journey in social media, but you will get used to it. Build your muscle by keeping a calendar or scheduling it. Show up and do it. Be honest and authentic in whatever relationships, because bottom line is you want to build that trust. You want to come. I've read this just yesterday, which is when you write or when you communicate, there is one communication which is through your channel. So it could be your a message that's going, a text or your email, but there is a vibe that goes along with a message that's invisible, but the person can perceive it. So that's where the humanity or the kindness or compassion comes through your messages. So be authentic and be real. When it breaks, fix it. I got a picture of a band-aid here. You don't go back to tracking as to who was wrong or he didn't tell me this, so I won't do it this way. Let's move ahead and fix it rather than tracing back. I think that's one of the things that I am building my resilience to, is not to keep tracking, but to keep doing what needs to be done so that we all support each other, nurture each other, and collectively grow together. Let's build more connections and make our social lives healthy. Valentine's is coming soon. We all send lovely messages to each other. Let's keep it real. Let's keep it authentic, and let's build more connections. With that said, that was the topic of the day, and that's the theme. And with that, I will stop sharing and will hand it over back to the president. And let me just invite some feedback from across the room. Any guest who would want to volunteer and